Welcome to the last day of our 5-day challenge for high impact teams in 2024. If you haven't yet subscribed or joined the Slack channel, you can find the links below. And if you haven't seen the previous videos, I strongly recommend you take a few minutes to get familiar with them. And also you can find them on the Slack channel and our Notion document. Today, we will cover something that we haven't discussed so far, collaborating on this plan creation with your team and communicating it with the organization. You have seen that in this challenge, we refer to you doing these activities. While it's great, and while it's a great way to make progress, when spending more time and thoughts on these activities, you must collaborate with your team to be more effective. There are multiple reasons, but let's highlight the three most critical ones. The first one, of course, is capturing everyone's views. The holistic view we discussed over and over is better formed with the multiple ideas or thoughts or different perspectives from team members. The second one is increasing commitment. As with our product work, when we involve people in the decision process, they will be more accountable for it. And the third one is sharing the load. Improving requires great efforts. The steps we saw, gathering evidence, collecting goals, defining milestones, require time and thoughtful consideration, and sharing that responsibility will help guarantee that the results don't depend only on you having time for the transformation process. Keep in mind that when moving to implementation, there will be even more need for time investment. For example, you will need to generate workshops to help people practice their skills. You will need to guide teams, helping them overcome obstacles to reach the milestones of your plan. And the last one is wrapping up the improvement efforts by collecting results, creating before and after views, running retrospectives. So it's fundamental to your success that you involve your team and share these efforts. So how do you do it? I will keep it as simple as possible because I trust that collaboration is something that comes natural to product people. But we created a series of roles that you can use or modify to understand how to involve different players. So with that, you can make a list of key participants in your organization, describe what area and which roles this participant will have in the following efforts. Let's see an example. As usual, this is the document we'll provide for the challenge. And as you can see at the beginning, we have a list of possible roles. So the first one is input. So someone who either has valuable input for assessment. This can be almost anyone. So we're not talking about the people you will search information with, because this will probably be anyone, but even people that can take on some of the evidence collection or do some of the scoring of the analysis. So this is truly the ones who will help with the assessment. The second one is people who should be part of defining the improvement goals and plans. So, for example, the typical one here is the manager trio, so your engineer manager or UX lead or whatever. The third one is discovery, which is a step that we didn't cover in the plan, but basically after doing the plan, you will start implementation by doing some discovery, so refining how the practices that you are trying to improve will be implemented in your organization. The third one is people who will help you with the skill training and practice, usually running workshops or similar activities. And the fifth one is who will help you guide the teams. So probably depending on the size of the organization and how many teams, you can maybe be closer to one team or to couple of teams, but then you can rely on others to help that guiding and help them overcome any obstacles they might have. So how you will do this is very simple. You will kind of put the name of the people. I here clarify the goals just to have some examples. So for example, Charlie, the engineer manager, what areas will be involved. And here for areas, I mean, basically direction, discovery, and delivery. Charlie, the engineer manager, will be involved in all of them, and he will help us with the input. So he will start doing the assessment with us, and he will help us with the plan or the selection of the key areas of growth. Marta will be the UX lead, also will help us with the areas, and hopefully she is very well versed in discovery, so she can even run workshops or guide the teams during those activities. Of course, it depends on who and what area you are trying to grow and who can help you there. Priya, for example, is our Agile coach. She will help us with the delivery and discovery practices or the areas, and she will help us do some discovery on the practices and guide the teams once they are implementing. And Diana is a senior PM. She will help us with some of the discovery of the practices. And then in the discovery area, and she will help us with some of the input collection. And she is very experimented, so she can run one of the workshops we will have as part of improving skills within the team. So short activity today, very easy, probably very easy to understand and do, but again, it's critical for the success of your efforts. As usual, copy the document, complete it for your team, and share it with the group or in the Slack channel. You will find the link to Slack if you are not there yet. Thank you, and success in 2024 with your high impact team.